بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
ألف لام ميم تنزيل الكتاب لا ريب فيه من رب العالمين.
بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا وعملا متقبلا. اللهم إنا نسألك الإخلاص في القول والعمل. اللهم صل وسلم على نبينا محمد. آمين يا رب العالمين. Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome to our Ramadan program. Very, very exciting. This year, Alhamdulillah, QSL has decided to focus on Surah As-Sajdah. We have done other surah in the past, so if there are other surahs that you're interested in, feel free to check out our YouTube channel. There are other surahs there as well. Surah As-Sajdah, Alhamdulillah, it's a nice surah in terms of its relationship with the Ramadan and memorization. It's actually a surah easy to memorize in Ramadan. It has only 30 ayat, so you could actually take it one step further. QSL is providing two of the things. QSL with us, you will be doing, inshallah, the Tajweed section is the first thing we shall be doing together, inshallah. And the second thing we will be doing is, of course, the tafsir. This is so that we can marry the two things. We can have both the correct recitation and the best recitation according to our ability, but we can also understand and benefit from the wisdoms of this surah as well. And if you wish, you can take it one step further. And I would advise it, if you haven't memorized this surah, this is a beautiful opportunity to even memorize this surah, because it's only one ayah a day. And I think, alhamdulillah, with the fadl of Allah, with the barakah of Ramadan, I think this is something everybody can, inshallah, achieve. Okay, so just a few things that I wanted to mention first. The first one is how to benefit the most. How do you maximize and make sure that you are getting the most that you can from this course? So the first thing I would suggest is make sure that you attend the live sessions. It's very tempting as Ramadan, as a few days go by, you start to feel a bit more tired, and you think, maybe I will just catch up with the recording. Please try to avoid that. Try not to rely on the recordings. Set this time now. Have the niyyah that you every day at this time, this is your Quran dedicated time, and do not let anything interfere with this time. Make this your time where you're going to focus on this one surah. You're going to try and understand it to the best of your ability and recite it to the best of your ability. So protect this time. Make this your protected time, and join us every day, inshallah, and have that consistency. The other thing I wanted to make you aware of is, because most of you are watching this through YouTube, you have got the option, if you feel like you've missed something, if I've said something or the teacher has said something that you didn't quite catch, you can very easily rewind and you can listen to it and still stay with us, inshallah. So don't feel like you have to, especially with note taking, sometimes we feel rushed. Don't feel rushed. Take your time. You can rewind and listen again if you need to. I would also recommend that you take notes. We have now shared the handout for this course. It is shared on most of the social media platforms, but we've also shared it on the Telegram group. It's a very a basic kind of handout with the ayat, just the ayat on, and you are free to make notes as and how you wish, inshallah. So if you want to make notes on correct pronunciation on the Tajweed, you can do that. If you want to make notes on the tafsir, you can also do that. And if you want to do both, you can do both too. But I would recommend taking notes. It's very, very important. It helps with my next point. Just bring it up. Helps with my next point, which brings me to the review and the practice. Knowledge is not something where you hear it once or you try it once and that's it, it's done. It is something that requires constant review. And having notes makes that really, really easy, because it means that you can then take your time, before the next session. I would actually recommend, before you attend the next lesson, go through and review and go over a review of what you have done previously. So go over the things that you've already learned, and that will help cement that knowledge, and then you can expand on that, inshallah, or add to that. I do recommend also lots and lots of practice, especially for the tajweed. Tajweed is something which is very practical. It's, reciting. It's something that you can't, you will not perfect it unless you are pronouncing and reciting out loud. You've got to be reciting in a way which is audible. You can hear yourself. Try to make sure that you're not, for example, whispering. You don't want to be whispering or miming or kind of saying it in your head. You want to make sure that you are actually saying it out loud in an audible fashion. I would also recommend using a mirror. If you have a small, it doesn't have to be a massive mirror, just enough so you can see your face. If you keep a mirror to hand, it will make it a lot easier for you, because it means that when you are reciting, if I say something about how your mouth shape should be, you can check yourself. Because often what happens is we think we're saying something in a certain way, but when we look in the mirror, we realize, actually, I'm not really doing that. So a mirror is a very good tool to keep with you, especially when you are doing the tajweed aspect. And then finally, of course, we do, not quite finally, but we do welcome your questions. So please do feel free to ask any questions you may have. You can do this in two main ways. One is you can send any questions or comments on our Telegram group, or you can send it in the comments of the YouTube chat. We will endeavor to try to answer your questions, inshallah, either on the same day. If not on the same day, then at least the next lesson, inshallah. So feel free to ask your questions, whether they are regarding the tajweed or the tafsir. Alhamdulillah, just send your questions, inshallah. And then, of course, finally, it is the month of the Quran. It is our month full of barakah. It is where the hearts soften, they are more receptive, and the intentions are purer. May Allah make us of those who have pure intentions for Him. But subhanAllah, this journey of the Quran is a beautiful journey. It is something where the connection that you feel with your Rabb as you go through His words and you try to recite them and you try to understand them and implement what you learn, this is something, this feeling cannot be described. It is something, subhanAllah, that you don't really find from anywhere else. So I know the reason I wanted to mention that first is because sometimes when it comes to especially the tajweed aspect, sometimes there are some things you will pick up very quickly and some things you will correct yourself on very, very quickly. And we say, Alhamdulillah, this is a blessing from Allah. But there will be some things, and all of us have them, there will be some things that you don't quite get. You're trying, but you haven't got it yet. And that's the same case with everyone. We don't gain everything all in one go. So this is just a quick reminder, take what you can from these sessions. But if there's something that you find particularly difficult, keep trying. Don't give up. Keep making dua. Allah will give it to you when it's good for you. But do not get held up on these things. Do not get held up on, why aren't I getting it? Because you have to keep a positive outlook. You have to remember that there are things that Allah is giving to you. There are things that Allah has already corrected. There are things Allah has given to you without even you having to put much effort in for. So we say, Alhamdulillah, this journey is to be enjoyed. This journey, may Allah fill it with barakah, may Allah accept it from us, and may Allah keep it so that we are consistent on this and we can see it through to the completion. I also wanted to mention a few expectations, a few reminders from our side, inshallah. This class is for sisters only, so please do make sure that you are sitting in a place where there are no men of the household can see the screen. Also, to add to this, we request that if you have any earphones or headphones, please do make use of them. This is all in order to respect the privacy of your teacher. We are trying to make sure that this class is for your eyes and your ears only, inshallah, for the sisters. Try to limit and try to stop any kind of visibility or any sound from reaching the men in your household. We also ask that you take videos or pictures or screenshots during these sessions of either the teacher or the presentations, inshallah. Okay, so we're going to start, inshallah, now. We're going to dive into the surah. I will go over the isti'adha and the basmala, of course, briefly. We have covered the isti'adha and the basmala before in detail. We did it when we did Surah Al-Hujurat. So if anybody wants to listen to it in detail, then please do have a look at the first lesson of Surah Al-Hujurat, where we go over this in detail. today I will go over it, but we will do it in a slightly more briefly, inshallah. I am going to be, during these sessions, I will try to take out a variety of mistakes. I'll try to take out some mistakes which are more advanced, but some mistakes that are less advanced, so that inshallah, whatever level you are, then inshallah, there will be something for you to take. So I will try to take out a variety of mistakes so that everybody has something. I also suggest that when I ask a sister, there are a few sisters here with me who will be reciting. I ask that when they are reciting, please do recite yourself at home as well. Use that opportunity, because remember, the most benefit for tajweed and correction is if you are vocal and you are saying it too. So please do recite with the sisters yourself at home. And when I ask the sisters to repeat certain words, join in and repeat those words as well. And because the more times you say it, it will be of benefit, inshallah. Okay, so for the first, for the isti'adha, if I can ask Sister Isha, if you could please unmute yourself. And I'm just going to say the first part first. I will say it, and then Sister Isha, if you could please repeat it after me. We start off with أعوذ بالله. Sister Isha, I think you're on mute at the moment. Okay, she's got a few technical issues. No problem, khair inshallah. Okay, let's start with Sister Shireen, please. Sister Shireen, if you could unmute yourself, and we just want to say, أعوذ بالله.
أعوذ بالله.
Very good, mashallah. We'll do it one more time so that the sisters at home can also have an opportunity to repeat. أعوذ بالله.
أعوذ بالله.
Good, barakallah fiki. Just a few pointers for those of you at home. I want to, please, when you are pronouncing this, please do make sure that, I'm just getting my pen ready. Okay, Sister Isha will be joining us again, inshallah. Okay, so what I would like you to do is just very quickly, just as a reminder, be careful when you are pronouncing the Hamza and the Ain. You want to make sure that there is a clear distinction between the two. You shouldn't be saying ow, ow, something like this, or it shouldn't be like you don't start tensing right from the beginning. You start off very relaxed, and it's just a simple ah, ah. Okay, so we say ah, it's very relaxed, there's no squeezing in the throat. It's like we have this kind of letter in many other languages. In English, it's like when we say aha, aha, this kind of thingy. So is nice and relaxed. When you get to the ain, then you tense. Okay, that is when you feel a tightness in the middle of the throat, and then you feel the ain sound coming through. Let's go on to the next part, inshallah. Sister Shireen, inshallah, stay with me for now. We will complete this whole phrase, inshallah. We have after this, من الشيطان الرجيم.
من الشيطان الرجيم.
We'll do it again. من الشيطان الرجيم.
من الشيطان الرجيم.
Good. Barakallah fiki. Now we will say the whole thing together, just again to give everybody an opportunity to be reciting with us. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Sister Shireen, if I could just hear من الشيطان.
من الشيطان.
Okay, so just be careful here not to say mina. Mina,
Okay,
the noon
mina.
sounds, mina. You want to keep it nice and light. Yes, try again, please.
من الشيطان الرجيم.
Barakallah fiki. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khairan, Sister Shireen. Okay, Sister Isha, if you can unmute yourself, please. I hope it's working now. Alhamdulillah, I think it is. Okay, so we will say the Basmala, inshallah, together. I'm going to say the whole phrase because you'll notice, for example, we have the meme here is joined with the lam in lafzul jalala. The ha is joined with the ra, and the noon also is joined with the ra. So we will say that, try the whole thing, but we'll say it a few times, inshallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Good. Okay. So the Ra's here, we have the letter Ra in Ar-Rahman and we have the Ra in Ar-Rahim. Both of these Ra's, because of the Fatha on them, in some languages they call it a Zabar. Because of the Fatha or the Zabar that we have on the Ra, we have to make the Ra heavy. So Sister Isha, yours was a little bit weak. So for everybody at home also, we need to make sure that when we say this Ra, it is not pronounced Ra. Ra is light. We want to pronounce it as Ra. Ra. You'll notice that the back of the tongue is slightly lifted, the root of the tongue is slightly shifted back. And inshallah, try to make this sound a bit heavier. We'll try it again, Sister Isha, and everybody at home too. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Good, Barakallahu Fiki. That was much better, Alhamdulillah. Well, I'm going to say it one more time again, just to give everybody an opportunity to say this. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Okay, Jazakallah khairan, Sister Isha. Alhamdulillah. Okay, let's dive into the beginning of the surah. Okay, so we have ayah number 1, and it starts off with some of the what we call huruf al-muqatta'at. It is the single letters that come at the beginning of the surah, and we don't really know what they mean. And this is one of the hikmas behind this, of course. I think Sister Zuleika will mention, so I'll keep it, inshallah. Listen out for the tafsir, inshallah. I'm sure she will mention it then. So we have here the letter alif that comes right at the beginning. It is followed by a lam and a meme. You will notice that there is a mud symbol at the top of the lam and the meme. This is to show you that these two, both of these letters, the lam and the meme, are stretched for 6 counts. We call them mad lazim. Okay, the first letter alif, there is no prolonging in it. This is just alif. But I want to just draw everyone's attention to one very, very common mistake. And that is often people will say alif, le, le, le. It sounds like a le, right? They say alif. You don't want to say le, you want to say li. Because it's lam, kasra, li. So alif, alif. The other thing you want to be careful is if you don't want to make the li too long. You don't want to say alif. This is also not correct. It's just li, 1 count, li, and then move straight to the fa. Alif, alif. Okay. Pupuji Ruxana, if you could join me for this one, please.
Alif.
Okay, so we'll try saying the whole thing. I want everyone to listen out for the 6 count lam and the 6 count meme. When I say 6 counts, it means that the time it will take you to say 6 letters. It is the time it takes you to say 6 letters is how long you hold the lam for. Okay, and then the meme should be the same time. Okay, they should be equal in length. Often, sometimes people will cut one of them too short, especially if they're running out of breath, for example, they may cut it short. So you'll have to take a deep breath, inshallah. And let's try. I will say it and then you can say it after me, inshallah. And everybody at home, please join in. Alif Lam Mim.
Alif Lam Mim.
Very good, Barakallahu Fiki. Notice that when you finish the lam, when you get to the end, you don't go straight to the meme. There is a ghunna in the middle where when you finish the lam, you hold it. It is what we call akmal ghunna. It is a idgham mutamathilain. So when we finish the lam, we say lam. This part, you hold that for some people. Traditionally, we do not give counts to the ghunan, but one of the new modern type of way of describing this ghunna is they will say that it is extended for 2 counts. So it's not very long. It's not as long as the lam and the meme. But Shusana, you did it very well. But I'm going to do it one more time to give an opportunity for everyone again to say it again at home. So here we say Alif Lam Mim.
Alif Lam Mim.
Very good. Jazakallah khairan, Pupujuksana, alhamdulillah. I know because of your breath, the meme seemed a little bit short. I think it's because of the breath. But khair, inshallah, please just practice, inshallah, with the breath. But not too bad, alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khairan. Okay, for the next one, inshallah, Sister Shazia, we have the next ayah here. Okay. Okay, so we start off with, I am going to first read up to from here till here. Tanzilul Kitabi.
Tanzilul Kitab. I
Good.
stopped,
Now,
that's why.
yeah, I understand. Alhamdulillah. It's actually better because you are stopping, so that's good. That's fine. We're going to try it one more time. Tanzilul Kitab. Sister Shazia?
Tanzilul Kitab.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, it's okay. I heard you. Alhamdulillah. It was
is
okay.
my
There was
voice
just a
clear or is
little
it
bit
breaking?
of just a slight delay. But Alhamdulillah, I think it's okay now. So when you say tanzilul, right? For those of you that know, the lam is a letter of tawassut. This means that we don't cut it too short, but we don't make it too long, but we stay on it for a little bit. So we don't say tanzilul. This is too short. We don't say tanzilul too long, right? You stay in it for a little bit. Tanzilul kitab. Try it again, Sister Shazia.
Tanzilul Kitab.
Good. Okay, now let's try the next part. لا ريب فيه.
لا ريب فيه.
Okay, if you're stopping on the fihi, we need to hear the ha at the end. So if we just say fi, then it sounds like
Okay.
the ha is missing. So the ha is a rahawa letter. It's one of the letters we have to stay on. So if we are stopping here, we would say la rayba fi. You stay on the ha, let it run for a bit. Try again. This Shazia?
لا ريب فيه.
That wasn't too
Yeah,
bad,
I
alhamdulillah.
think it's breaking because I'm.
I think what I'll do, Sister Shazia, inshallah, let me just move on to Sister Shireen, and inshallah, we'll try again later, inshallah. Sister Shireen, if you could join in, please. We have
Yes, yeah.
here, لا ريب فيه.
لا ريب فيه.
Good. Now, the thing is, the letter ha here is a light letter. So we don't want to say fee. Sounds heavy. It's a nice and light fee.
فيه.
This is better. Barakallah fiki. Then we have after this, من رب العالمين.
من رب العالمين.
So you'll notice, for example, we have here the letter Ain. The letter Ain, for those of you that aren't sure, the letter Ain, mashallah, Sister Shireen, barakallah fiki, yours was good, alhamdulillah. It's just extra information I want to give for the students. With the letter Ain, we say this letter comes from the middle of the throat. It is the area where if you swallow, where you feel movement in your throat, that is where the tightening should be. That's the place where the ain comes from. So when you swallow, you feel a movement in the throat. Where you feel the movement, that is where you should feel a squeeze. The other way is, you can look at it, is if you can say the letter ha, he, hu, ha, it's the same place as ha. So wherever you are, wherever the ha is coming from, you have to squeeze in the same place for the ain. Okay, so it's the same place. Okay, inshallah. Now we will say the whole ayah, Sister Shireen, inshallah.
Yeah.
تنزيل الكتاب لا ريب فيه من رب العالمين.
تنزيل الكتاب لا ريب فيه من رب العالمين.
Barakallah fiki. Sister Shazia, let's try, inshallah, let's see if you can pronounce this ayah as well. Again, everybody at home, please do repeat after me. So first when I recite, listen, and then after I recite, recite with Sister Shazia, inshallah. تنزيل الكتاب لا ريب فيه من رب العالمين.
تنزيل الكتاب لا ريب فيه من رب العالمين.
Good effort, Sister Shaz. Yeah, I'm not going to correct too much because, yeah, the connection issue is still there. But I want to draw your attention and those of the listeners, inshallah, is the ra again. So just how we saw in the Basmala, we saw the ras were heavy. These ras are also have a fatha and they are also heavy. So we're going to say this one more time, inshallah, and then we'll call it a day. And inshallah, we'll move on to the tafsir. Let's try it one more time. If I can get Sister Isha this time. Sister Isha, if you would like to repeat this ayah. Actually, Sister Isha and Pupuji Ruxana, you can say it together, inshallah. تنزيل الكتاب لا ريب فيه من رب العالمين.
تنزيل الكتاب لا ريب
ريب فيه من رب العالمين.
Alhamdulillah. Barakallah feekunna. Okay, Alhamdulillah. That brings us already, subhanAllah, time is already up for us, Alhamdulillah. So inshallah, stay with us. We will stop here. I will end with the dua, but please stay on the same channel, on the same lesson. Inshallah, we are just going to swap over and Sister Zulaykha will start the tafsir, inshallah. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Qur'an al-Hakim wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum bil ayati wa dhikri al-Hakim. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك اللهم تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم اللهم صل وسلم على نبينا محمد آمين يا رب العالمين. Inshallah, I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله